Welcome to the Garageness Zone. I'm glad you stopped by. I want to talk today about something that I use out here in the old shop a whole lot, and you probably use it at home quite a bit too. You probably take it for granted, as have I, although it's been around since 1924, and that is masking tape. Oh, where would we be? What would we do without masking tape? Now, you know what masking tape is used for in the house, right? Well, you use it for if you're going to be doing any painting. Now, I don't do any of the painting in the house. I don't enjoy it, I don't like it, and I'm really bad at it. So my wife, Ramona, she handles all that, but she uses a lot of masking tape. And you know, you can mask off doors and windows and trim and so forth so that you don't get paint on those. And then after the paint dries, you tear off the masking tape and you have a nice, clean, sharp edge. That's mostly what we use masking tape for. But you know, it comes in so many different widths and so many different thicknesses and so many different amounts of tack that it has on the back of it. There's just like an endless stream, it seems like, of uses for masking tape. Now, I want to show you a couple things that I use masking tape for. One, I've used it very, very little, and that's only because I don't do a whole lot of this kind of painting, but you see it a lot in abstract art. And people will paint something over the canvas, and then when that dries, they'll come back and they'll put masking tape on it so that they can put different surfaces on there. Now, maybe you can see, maybe you can't, where I've put the masking tape on this little piece here, and it's too busy. It's not really that good, but you know, that's what I use it for. A little bit of abstract art. Out here in the garage, however, when I'm building my guitars, I use it quite a bit. For finish work, if I'm putting on an oil finish or a spray finish of any kind, there are parts of the guitar that I don't want to have that finish on, and I'll use it, of course, just like we do in the house. I use it to mask off the areas that I don't want to get sprayed or finished. But it goes beyond that, you see. Let me pull up my guitar here, one of my guitars, and show you. Let me find it. Where did I put it? I had it right here. Oh, there it is. You see, this right here is called the nut. It's made of bone, and where the strings come in, there's a little slot right there. Those little slots are cut to a very, very precise depth and to a very precise width, because not all guitar strings are of the same width. They go from thick down to very, very light. And so I have a whole series of little files, these guys, that I use to file those slots. And in so doing, I want to protect this area here. And so what I'll do, I'll get, if you can imagine that the strings are off of there, I'll take this masking tape and put it, oh, I can't see in the camera, put it, well, you get the idea, something like that. I'll put a couple layers of that on there. That way, if I happen to slip with the file and do one of those things, nosedives down in there, I won't damage the wood or the finish. And that's used as a protective measure. Another thing that I use it for is this. You see this little strip of wood right here? Just that little strip of wood. It goes between the soundboard and the side. I have one here. This is called binding. It's binding. And let me see. It goes on the guitar something like this. Of course, this is bent down around. Now the question is, how do you get that binding, you see? How do you get that glued in there? Well, I use masking tape. And it's a very specialized kind of masking tape. it comes in all different kinds of thicknesses, and it's used mostly for auto body work, but I use it here in the garage because if I take off a piece of this, kind of like this, it has quite a bit of stretchiness to it. You can't really see that on camera, but it has quite a bit of stretchiness to it. So what I'll do, if you can imagine that this is the soundboard of the guitar and this is the side of the guitar, I'll put the binding right in that channel, and then I'll put this on here like that, pull it up over the binding and down around, and this will act as a clamp. Pretty cool, huh? It acts as a clamp, and that's how we get the binding to be glued in to the body and to the soundboard, and also the back and the side as well. So, you know, the lowly masking tape, we take it for granted, but it sure does have a whole lot of purposes. It comes in different colors, it comes in different widths, it comes in different sizes, it comes with various degrees of usability. It's all different kinds of special purpose. It's really a miraculous stuff. I don't know what I'd do without it. You know, come to think of it, with different sizes, different shapes, different colors, different purposes, kind of like people. We all come in different flavors, different purposes, and that's the way it's supposed to be.